Attention passionate Chicago Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I have some really interesting and potentially game-changing news for all of you Bears fans out there. It's something that's been buzzing around the NFL circles lately, and I think it could have a profound impact on Chicago's future, especially as they look to climb back into playoff contention. We're talking about a trade rumor that involves none other than Kenneth Walker, the Seattle Seahawks' talented running back, being linked to a potential move to the Windy City. That's right. This isn't just speculation, it's a scenario that could reshape how the Bears approach their season and beyond. The Chicago Bears, as many of you know, have been battling quite a few issues this season. The offense has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been a major problem. The running game, in particular, has been a sore spot. DeAndre Swift, who arrived last season with high expectations, has been underperforming relative to what many anticipated. Through 3 games, Swift has accumulated 42 carries for just 146 yards, which averages out to around 3.5 yards per carry. Now, that's not terrible, but it's not good enough for a team that's looking to establish a ground attack that can wear down defenses and take pressure off Caleb Williams, the young quarterback trying to find his footing in the NFL. And here's the thing, Swift, despite his talent, has struggled to find the same consistency he showed earlier in his career. Last year, he averaged just 3.8 yards per carry, and this season the numbers haven't improved much. The Bears need a running back who can provide that extra punch, someone who can reliably pick up yards on the ground and help control the tempo of the game. That's where Kenneth Walker comes into the picture. Walker, despite some struggles earlier this year, is averaging 4.2 yards per carry on the season, which is a significant boost compared to Swift's numbers. And even though Walker's on-again, off-again performance on the ground has raised some eyebrows, his overall juice and explosiveness are undeniable. He's the kind of back who can break off a big run at any moment, which could be exactly what Chicago needs to spark their offense. Now, let's talk about why this trade makes so much sense and what it could look like. First, the main factor influencing this potential move is Walker's contract situation. He's set to become a free agent after the 2025 season, which means that his value is at a bit of a crossroads. Seattle's clearly preparing for the future, especially with Zach Charbonnet making a strong case for the starting role this year. Charbonnet has been given a significant increase in workload, and that signals that Seattle might be ready to move on from Walker, or at least not invest heavily in keeping him long-term. So, the Seahawks are probably open to trading Walker, especially if they can get a decent return that helps them build for the future. Imagine a scenario where the Bears offer a third-round pick in this year's draft, a reasonable price considering Walker's talent and potential. In return, Seattle could see this as an opportunity to get a young, talented player who can still contribute immediately. It's a win-win in many ways. Walker, with his explosiveness, could complement Swift nicely, creating a dual-threat backfield that defenses would struggle to contain. And even if Walker's struggles on the ground have been noticeable at times, his ability to catch passes out of the backfield adds another dimension to Chicago's offense. And let's not forget, Walker isn't just a one-season rental. If he can stay healthy and find some consistency, he could be a key piece for the Bears for years to come. Chicago has been searching for a reliable, game-changing running back for quite some time now. It's been a constant quest, a never-ending search for that perfect fit. Well, maybe Walker is the answer. He's still young, only 25 years old, and has shown flashes of brilliance since entering the league. His rookie season in 2023 was impressive, over 1,050 rushing yards and 6 yards per carry, which is quite solid. Sure, his numbers have dipped this year, but that's often part of the adjustment process in the NFL. Now, let's look at the numbers for this season. In 4 games, Walker has carried the ball 58 times for 244 yards and 3 touchdowns. Those aren't eye-popping stats, but they showcase his potential and the kind of explosive plays he can make. The key for Walker moving forward is consistency and health, which have been issues at times. But if he can stay on the field and regain his form, he'd be a huge asset for Chicago, especially alongside Caleb Williams. The young quarterback, still adjusting to the NFL game, would definitely benefit from having a back like Walker who can take some of the pressure off his shoulders. Now, I want to highlight something important here. The Bears aren't just looking for a one-year fix. They are building for the future, aiming to solidify their running game and add more firepower for Caleb Williams. This move, if it happens, could be a signal that General Manager Ryan Poles and the coaching staff are serious about making a playoff push this season. The NFC North is no joke this year, it's arguably one of the toughest divisions in football. The Detroit Lions are looking like a powerhouse, the Green Bay Packers are showing flashes of brilliance with Jordan Love, and even the Minnesota Vikings aren't to be underestimated. So, adding a player like Kenneth Walker could give Chicago that extra edge needed to climb the standings and make some noise come postseason time. Now, let's take a quick look at the division and what a move like this could mean. The Bears are currently sitting around plus 490 odds to make the playoffs, according to FanDuel, which isn't exactly promising. But with a bold move like acquiring Walker, they could shake up the division and improve those odds. Imagine a scenario where Walker pairs up with Swift, forming a dynamic duo that defenses can't handle. That would open up the passing game for Caleb Williams even more, creating mismatches and giving Chicago a more balanced, dangerous offense. But beyond just the immediate impact, it's about setting a tone. The Bears want to show that they're serious about competing and that they're willing to make bold moves to do so. Trading for Walker would send a message to the locker room, to the fans, and to the rest of the league that Chicago is all in, that they are not content with just treading water. This kind of aggressive approach can be contagious, energizing the team and instilling confidence for the stretch run. And, of course, we have to consider the Seahawks' perspective. Seattle has a lot of talent on the roster, especially with Zach Charbonnet emerging as a reliable back. They're in a bit of a rebuilding phase, and moving Walker now makes sense for them. They're looking ahead, figuring out their future backfield, and making strategic decisions to maximize their draft capital and player development. Now, I want to emphasize again, folks, that this is all speculation, a mock trade scenario. But it's a scenario that makes a lot of sense from a football perspective. The Bears need help in the backfield, Walker's contract situation makes him a trade candidate, and his skill set could be exactly what Chicago needs to push for the playoffs. If this trade happens, it could be one of those moves that changes the trajectory of the Bears' season and perhaps even their entire franchise outlook. So as we watch this story unfold over the coming weeks, keep an eye on how Ryan Poles and the Bears front office handle this situation. It's not just about one player, it's about the vision for the team, the strategy to finally get over the hump, and the desire to bring back the glory days, or even better, to carve out a new chapter in Bears history. Whether this trade materializes or not, it's clear that Chicago is not content to stand still. They're looking to make moves, to shake things up, and to show the NFL that they mean business. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Kenneth Walker would be the perfect fit for Chicago? Or do you believe the Bears should focus on other areas first? Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news. We're in this together, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for our beloved team. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, bear down.